How's it going, everybody? And this is going to be a really strong, powerful video for this date we're looking at, which is 3/9. And I want to start off with 8675309, that whole Jenny song. Remember, it's got the 753 dead center on opposite sides of it. Well, you got the 867 fused with it, and then fused with our date of March 9th. Now you go back to Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, Inception. And we want to look at the film Inception also. I meant to do that. Film Inception. Because if it connects, then that's what everything's been about. We've been searching, and so this is 88, by the way. Look at their rating, 88, which is Trump and Civil Gematria. Look at the URL, 666. Goodness gracious, it's hard to fake that, isn't it? So let me get into hang on just a quick second. So you look at this 137, remember 737 is the number for the end time, well, it's the prime number of the church, excuse me. Because 12 is the number for the church and the 12th prime number is 37, and 37 divides evenly into 666, 111, 999, every single one of them. If it divides evenly into 111, then all the way through 999, 888, 222, all of it. So you see the 666 there, don't you? Of course we do. How can you not? Wait till we get to this other one up here where it's got the 68 in the middle, 8368, followed by 8368. And you know it's the 68th day of the year. But Washington, let's go back to Washington, D.C.'s inception, which is 1790. And it's July 16th. When you run that to the rising day, there's your 867. So the whole phone number, 867-5309, the 753 that's in the middle, that's just your Back to the Future clocks. They all started ticking at 753. Then, of course, they were 25 minutes slow. I know last year was the year 25. So I don't know if that has any, other than that, I have no idea what the 818 is. So now that you see the 867 on the rising day and the rest of the phone number 5309, so it ends in 309. So you literally have 86068, which again, previous videos, that's a palindrome on the day Washington, D.C. began. Now they have Washington at the apotheosis as a god because all the presidents represent the future Antichrist. So let's go back now and let's begin this thing from the beginning. The pale blue eye, Christian Bale, it's always him. Look at the 138K right there. The 6.6 and right underneath it, the 138. 66th book of the Bible is Revelation. Donald Trump. The pale blue eye. It had two release dates, December 23rd, 2022, and January 6th, 2023. The first one, 807. Ah, that's the one. No, I'm sorry. So the URL on that one, let's go back and look at the URL. It's got 1386, which is him being 86th. And remember, I've shown you that on my dad's old Bible, 1386, page 1386, is the Zechariah 11:17. I mean, how many times have we shown you that? But let's show it again, wherever it is. Hang on just a quick second. That is. All right, so let's come over here. Page 1386, my dad's old King James that I do my Bible studies on. There's the woe to the idle shepherd. His arm. 1386. So you see the 1386. 138 is Donald Trump in simple gematria, where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, 8. So we finally muted it there. Woe to the idle shepherd. Page 1386. So hang on just a quick second. All right, anyway, pale blue eye. Showing you both dates. It's 807. If you include both dates, you're going to get your 808. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that. I was looking at other stuff. But yeah, whoop, there it is. Look at the hours. You got your 939. All right, so pale blue eye. We're going to call it direct smash hit. And then the other release date, 38 months, 3 days, 383 code, murder and murder. 79 in the hours, 165 weeks, 65th prime number is 313. Those are weak, but still. And something else I was looking at today. Looking at another date, so I was looking at ciphers. So, District of Columbia, inception. Let's go ahead and take a look at that now since we're here. July 8th, there's July 16th, 148 minutes. July 16th, the inception of Washington, D.C. I can't believe that. We just got through saying that if it's a direct hit, that we've got our date. I meant from the days, I had no idea Inception came out July 16th. I say this every time we've got our date. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. July 8th, July 16th, 2010. $188 months. 187 months. The inception of Washington, D.C., excuse me, the film Inception to our date is 187 months. Look at the hours, 7:16, which is the inception of DC. This is mind-bogglingly mind-blowing to me. I can't no more believe that than the man in the moon. All right, let's just run through these. Citizen Kane. Well, in the Trump movie, by the way, the 309 area code, our date in Illinois, land of Lincoln. It shares it in the same area with the area code 861. 86 to eliminate Agent 86. I mean, what in the world? So I'm watching this Trump movie, and there's Citizen Kane. I want you to look at the ghoul in the reflection of the window. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. In the movie, when I took the picture, the reflection in the window, the ghost in the machine, put a ghost in it. And there's Nixon, of course. Remember all the presidents. Look at this ghoul right here. While Trump's sitting on the couch watching TV. But there's Citizen Kane poster because in their world, it's all about Kane, isn't it? Citizen Kane, May 1st, 1941, September 5th, 1941, 119 minutes, which is Donald in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, the most biblical. And look at it to 39, 309 in the days. 309 begins the days. 309, 93. The other Citizen Kane date, release date, 308 for 38, and then an 86 fused with 66. So I'm sorry, the 86 is fused with the 38, and then the 66 is fused with 86. You have 3866. 66, book of the Bible is Revelation. 86 means to eliminate. 38 is death, and 38 is murder, depending which base cipher you're looking at. Citizen Kane, direct smash hit. All right, let's go to the next. Oh, why Jax Taylor, 7/11/1979. When we run him to, that was the same people that put out IPEC Goat, put out that video. 17043 on the rising day, 17045. 45 is this number. Other than that, didn't get a lot out of it. All right, the Alec Baldwin date to our event. It's a perfect 1600 days, which, if I'm not mistaken, what's the address of the White House? Address of the White House? Yeah, it's 1600. And we're talking about Washington, D.C. That was our big cipher the whole time. Are we kidding me right now? Seven 1969 when man landed and walked on the moon. 20,688. So you have your 68 and your 88. Remember, we've shown you many times 68 is Antichrist in reverse reduction. 68 is Donald J. Trump in reverse reduction. So yeah, 20,688. Folks, everything is just It's just lining up perfectly. The Kobe Bryant fake staged event, August 23rd, 1968, born, and then January 26, 2020. January 26, 2020 is 2234 to the murder date. The 22nd prime number is 79, which is murder in simple gematria. 34 is murder in one of the four base ciphers. Boom and boom. Kobe Bryant's birth to our event date, a perfect 17,000 even, which takes us to Q, because the 17th letter is Q. We might as well look at that. $2,689. There's your 68 again. Fused with 89, which is in his name in the Jewish Hebrew gematria with the J and without. 589 and 1189. And the 589, remember, was all hearts the first time they dealt cards on the poker table in Casino Royale. It's 88 months, 9 days. So there's your 88 again and your 89 again. Excuse me, there's your 89 again, and then it's 88 months. Look at the weeks, 384. Death and murder, 38. Absolutely mind-blowing. I just took about a 3-hour break, and I think y'all heard the phone ring. So let's go back. I don't know where I was. Let's go back. Let's find out where I was. And okay. Yeah. I know where we're at now. We're on the middle tabs. Let's go. So the Q drop, like we said, 2068 and the 89. There's your 68 again. There's your 88 in the months. We just did all this. I'm sorry. All right, I'm catching up. So I need to get rid of that tab. The lady in Knives Out and No Time to Die. Okay. Anna de Armas. When you run her to our event date, 138.27, there's your 138 for Donald Trump and Civil Gematria. Like, you have got to be kidding me. Yo, this is nuts. How everything's just like popping. And we say that every time, all the time. Look, I'm showing this to y'all. Y'all make up your own minds. April 4th is 404, Book of Revelation. That's the date. 79 is murder. Heath Ledger. Folks, that wasn't real. Please don't think it was. It was all theater. They have places where they all send your Kobe's and the wife goes there. Don't think they don't. Family, they're flown out, shipped out, whatever. There's either luxury ships that they all live on, yachts, ships, islands that are not on maps, something. Underground tunnels in mountains here in Los Estados Unidos. Who knows? Might be Area 54 underground. Folks, let your imagination run wild. Because Mystery Babylon that runs this earth is way more capable of doing things than what you can imagine. So Heath Ledger, April 4th for Book of Revelation. Run him to the rising day, 17,143, which is a big time personal cipher. But look at the rising day. 46 years, 11 months, 7 days, 11/7 is coded. Revelation 11/7, the beast rising from the pit is on the rising day. If you include both dates, it turns into 17,144, 144,000 for the church. Either way, Heath Ledger, boom. Excuse me, it was called the World Trade Center. So That's 19,332, which is how many days are left in the year on Groundhog Day. 2,761 in the weeks. Remember, 761 is the amount of verses combined in Revelation and Daniel and was coded on the license tag of the bus in the dark night. The 135th prime number is 761. And right before they showed the 761 license tag on the bus, they showed you Bruce Wayne's Maserati or whatever car he drives. It had the 135 on the tag, and then it went right to the 761. So these are big deals. So Groundhog Day is coded here. Um, yeah. And you run it to the rising day, it's 52 years, 11 months, 7 days. 11/7 is coded again. Why? Because it's the same as Heath Ledger. It's 4/4. It's just a different year. So it's always going to have the same months and days. All right. His love interest in Casino Royale, she's 16,682. So there's your 66, 68. Look at the weeks. 2,383, 38 and 83. Murder and murder. On the murder date. Whew. Goodness gracious. The love interest in No Time to Die. 140.86. 148, which is Donald J. Trump and Selma Gematria, fused with 86. 14,861 days. 40 years, 8 months, 8 days. 488 months, 8 days. Look at all that. Look at all that. 148 fused with 86. 40 years, 8 months, 8 days. 488 months, 8 days. So you have your 488, 480, 88. You have your 488, then you have your 4888. Remember the numbers FOR, excuse me, the numbers 4 can mean FOR. The numbers 2 can mean TO. In a very simple coded language. Christian Bale to the event day, 19,031. But there's 2,718 in the weeks. 718 is the release date of The Dark Knight, starring Christian Bale. Daniel Craig, born in 1968. 2/1193 on Rising Day. It's nothing too spectacular. It, book, 1138 in the pages, or 1,138 pages, September 15th, 1986. You run it to the Rising Day, you got your 144,000 representing the church. You got your, it's 14420 days. What are the chances of that? The Notre Dame fire to the event day. Nothing big there. Nothing big. Yeah, those are more personal ciphers, quite frankly. What's left? Let's keep going. Amsterdam movie. 903 days. Remember the 903 is the Tenet release date. Got to watch the first video. These are all on a playlist. This will be video 3 on the playlist. So it's connection to Tenet with the 903, which is opposite 309. The other release date, 884 days. 88. 884 days. On the Rising Day, 886. The hours, 121 fused with 216. 121 is Antichrist, 216 is 6 times 6 times 6, James Bond's car tag. Amsterdam had all the players, all the actors, every big actor that has something to do with their world. Get Out, January 23rd, February 24th. January 23rd to Get Out, 3 days. If you include both dates, 3 days. It'd be 3,333 if you include both dates. Get Out. Remember, the 332 is also amount of days left in the year from Groundhog Day. The day before Groundhog Day and the day of. The other release date of Get Out, a perfect 3,300 days. And if you include both dates, on the rising day, 3,303. Same producers and all that. They then did Us for US, Get Out of US, and then You Should Have Left was the third in the trilogy. I looked up You Should Have Left. Came out June 18th, 2020. You run it to the rising day at 68 months. We know all about that 68, don't we? Take Shelter, January 24th, September 30th, with 121 minutes for Antichrist, where the man screaming, "There's a storm coming." He was also in Amsterdam. 5,525 days. Nothing really big there. No, if it's nothing big, why'd you put it up? I don't know. The other release date was 7:53 in the weeks. Apocalypto, 138 minutes for Donald Trump. Came out December 8th, 2006, means apocalypse. Great movie. 7,033 days. 19 years, 3 months, 3 days. 33 coded. Apocalypse Now, May 19th, August 15th. May 19th, 17096. Then it'd be 17098 on the rising day. The 98th verse is the White Horse Crowning verse. We would call that a direct smash hit. Apocalypse Now, also 17,008 days. 17008. Remember, 008 represents the twin of 007. The 8th is of the 7. Remember, Bond was 008. In No Time to Die. We've explained that. All right, so now we get into Memento, Christopher Nolan film. September 5th, March 16th, 113 in the minutes for 11/3 for Rising. One World Trade Tower opened on 11/3. Did I not key it in? Goodness gracious. I must just be out of my mind. So his first movie is called Following. Did I key that in? Yes, we did. Both dates. One of them's November 5th. 4/24/98, 101/83. 83 is Murder. We'll go back and look at Memento. Film, Memento. Can't believe I did. Maybe nothing came to it, so I just it's 2000 and 2001. Maybe we got it somewhere else, so the other date for that movie, The Following, not seeing a whole lot. There's Memento again, so maybe I finally have it here. Yeah, here's Memento. There it is in the weeks, 133. For Revelation 13:3, deadly wound, but did live Bible verse. First time deadly wound is mentioned. 1,331 weeks. So you have your 1,331. Yeah, it's also a palindrome, but who's counting? Then the other date, there it is, 13:3 again. 1,303 weeks. So 13:3 is coded twice in Memento on both dates. Send copy, February 27th, 2001. 2001, of course. 9,143. Again, 143, big time personal cipher, but include both dates. You're always allowed to do that. To the rising day, 9,144 for the church. Send copy came to 143 also in the simple gematria. Beastie Boys, I think it's Sure Shot, came from ill communication, or the song Sure Shot, excuse me. June 2nd, 1994. June 2nd, 1994. 11603. There's your 116, which is a backwards and upside down 911, which is what they coded for us in Back to the Future on the big clock at the Twin Pines Mall, Lone Pines Mall. 38 is in the months, 381, death and murder, coded. Sure Shot had videos and all kind of stuff with it. Also, there already had Sure Shot. Jake Gyllenhaal. 16516. Not really getting anything there. Patrick Swayze, August 18th, 1952. Remember, he was the son in Donnie Darko. Look at the weeks, 38, with an 83 in the middle. Look at the days. This is to the rising day, by the way, 26,868. You have, in other words, 2, 68, 68. 68 is reversal of 86. So it signifies rising. So on the rising day, he's 2, 68, 68. 68 is Antichrist. 68 is Donald J. Trump, both in reverse reduction. It's a complete match. And there it is, Patrick Swayze, who was a big time player in Donnie Darko and then doubled down being a big time player representing a president, which they all represent the Antichrist, as the president's robbing banks in Point Break, which stands for the breaking point. The breaking point, death and rising. You're living in the book of Revelation in real time. These are gigantic big deals. I can't get this thing to hit. I'm going to copy. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to put it here and hope it hits. There it is. Okay. I know what that was. Big time personal. But on the event day, Patrick Swayze's 268, 66. So you have your 86, 66 Book of Revelation, 68. Yeah, I mean, still have your 38, 38 weeks. 3,838 in the weeks. Double 38s. Baron Trump. Are you ready for this? March 20th, 2006. I remember when I looked this up, it blew my mind. Baron Trump, to the Zechariah 11:17 date, he is 19 years, 11 months, 17 days. 11:17 coded heavily. Goodness gracious. 2/6, 1965. Oh, that's a personal. Oh, yeah, that was running personal ciphers. Probably running more personal ciphers there. So Tommy Two-Tone. We looked up Tommy Two-Tone. Believe it or not, comes to August 6th, which is 86. And when Trump said at the Whirlpool, I've got a lot of enemies out there. You might not see me for a while. So Tommy Two-Tone, 8675309 gives us 309 date. Match is August 6th spelled out perfectly. If it's not spelled out perfectly, it means nothing to me. If it's August, SIX means nothing. It's the complete spelling, August 6th. It's a direct smash hit. That's in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, by the way. Tommy Two-Tone is also a direct hit with Seahawks. Barack Hussein Obama, if that's spelled properly. It's on page one. Henry Kissinger, January 11th, Houston, Texas. New York Giants. All of that's Tommy Two-Tone. That's just page one. The Apprentice TV show. I told you in the URL 8368368. So it's 8368 fused with 8368. It's double 8368s. It's 8368368. 8368 with the 8 fusing another 8368. 83 is that Groundhog Day of 2009, which I told you is my biggest cipher in all this. 2 times 2 times 2009 for February times 2nd. Drop the zero, there's your 836 or 8036. But, you always drop the zeros. 836 coded twice in their URL. These are big, 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 big deals for The Apprentice. Look at the popularity going down. There's your 13.3 again, which remember was coded twice. The Apprentice had all these release dates. May 20th, October 11th, October 17th, October 18th. It had 4 of them. May 20th, 658. If you run it to the rising day, you're not going to believe it. A perfect 660 days. Book of Revelation is 66. Book of the Bible, 660 days. The next one, 514, then 516. The next one, 508, then 510. Death and Rising. Last one, October 18th. 507 days. 121 fused with 216 in the hours, followed by also fused with 68. That's actually absolute perfection in the hours. It's 121 Antichrist. It's 216, which is Bond's car tag, which is 6 times 6 times 6, and a 68, all in the hours. 12168. 138% of a common year. 138 is Donald Trump. That's all for that Apprentice. Closing out with 8675309. We figured out today that on the rising day, it's 867 days. Drop both zeros. So the rising is 867 and the 309 is the event day. rising on the third day. 2 days later, you get your 867. Both from Washington's, because remember, on 309, 8675309, on day 309, it's 86068. It is that palindrome, 86068. So you have to see the previous video, how we ran it against the movie Tenet, which is spelled Tenet, same letters backwards and forwards, the Seder square. We went through all of that with you, what palindromes are, how they apply, how this is all affected. This is all absolutely mind-blowing stuff. Absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Wow. I did show y'all the zip code. I showed y'all the apprentice, the zip code in Illinois where the 309 is. It is shared with the 861. 86 to eliminate. 86 on 309. Always check area code, zip codes, everything you can. Everything in their world is coded. All right. Love y'all. We look for codes. Robert Langdon Technology Incorporated. Robert Langdon from the Da Vinci Code. Yeah, the AI made that about us. You better believe it. Love you.